Major difference between the two of them is Karoubi believes in maintaining the state socialism of Iran, whereas Mousavi really wants to push privatization. Both are talking about relaxing rules, making things a little bit more democratic, giving women a greater role in society, equalizing their role. But they all are Islamists. Now let's look at the...
So it's more of a parochial type of reform. It doesn't change one iota the stance to the West or towards Israel or anything like that.
Well, to the West, maybe also because they are a little bit more liberal. They want to be less confrontational, figuring that the confrontationalist approach of Ahmadinejad has made Iran that much more isolated. It's been counterproductive. It's not that they really want to be friendly with the West, but they want to see what's going to be the most
bring
practical.
down the testosterone level.
Exactly. The other two are high testosterone candidates, the hardliners. Mohsen Rezai, who's the former many-year commander and former of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, assigned by Khomeini as a young man to form a theological army to protect the Islamic Revolution, to make sure there wouldn't be any counter-revolution. He is under indictment, by the way, from Interpol for his part in the 1994 AMIA bombing in Argentina that killed several hundred Argentinians, the Jewish Center.
Yeah.
He's under indictment for Interpol. If he leaves Iran, he will be arrested. That was
a horrible event.
Yeah, absolute horrible event. That's Rezai. And the other candidate is running for re-election, Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, Mahmoud the Terrible.
Now, do you think Mahmoud the Terrible is going to retain his presidency?
The latest poll that I saw, based on a poll taken just about a week ago, was that, and again, polls are a little bit difficult because it really depends on who's doing the poll, etc. But this one sounded relatively accurate from what I hear from a variety of sources. Put Mousavi right around 50%. Mousavi is altogether, he kind of pulled out of politics for 20 years. Thought to run in 2005, but when Khatami ran, then he pulled out. And he is well thought of by the general Iranian population because he ran fairly efficiently Iran in a rather difficult situation at the end of the Iran-Iraq War, and he left office with a popular mandate. So when he decided to run and suggested that he was going to be a reformer, that really brought some excitement to the election.
So you think he can oust the president? The incumbent?
One second. Okay. This poll put him at roughly 50%.
Oh, okay.
Ahmadinejad at roughly 33%. Rezai at about 7-8%, and Karoubi at about 6%. Now, the way Iranian election law works is that if no one gets actually 50.1%, there's a majority, there is a runoff election. And it's pretty close, but we don't know what's going to happen. Back in 2005, there was a runoff election. That was Rafsanjani, the former president, running against Ahmadinejad, and Ahmadinejad won. So you have that. But altogether, even though it looks like Mousavi is well ahead, the problem is that there really are not free elections whatsoever. Things are very, very, very much rigged in Iran, and it's the supreme, we could really say in many ways, there is only one person that votes in Iran, and that's the supreme leader. If he decides that he wants Ahmadinejad, then 3/4 of the Iranian population can stand up and say, I voted for Mousavi. Why didn't he win? But at the end of the day, the ballots are going to come out saying Ahmadinejad, if that's what the supreme leader wants.
There's no transparency as far as the counting of the votes? Okay.
Votes disappear, new ballots.
You're saying that it's really rigged.
Chicago is whistle clean in comparison to Iran. Iran, wow. It's completely rigged.
Wow.
There's another aspect that is not generally realized. Iran puts out that you get 50%, 62% voter turnout. From independent sources, we know in the Majlis, the parliamentary elections of 2 years ago, between 6 and 8% voted. The Iranian approach to protest the government is to sit out elections, saying, we know this is a rigged election, we're not even going to show up.
I see. So it's a stronger statement to show that.
Right.
That these
so whereas we may be told after the elections that 70% or 60% voted, the truth is much more that probably between 5 and maybe 15%.
Is that right? Wow.
Will vote.
Now, you are the chairman for Americans for Democracy in the Middle East.
Correct.
And you're the only non-Muslim member of the National Council of Pro-Democracy Advocates. How do your colleagues, Muslim colleagues, relate to you? You're a rabbi, and you came up through the HUC, and you've been working in the conservative synagogues for quite some time. You're Jewish, and you're involved in Iranian politics. How do your colleagues relate to you?
They welcome the fact that someone non-Muslim, someone Jewish, is willing to speak out on behalf of democracy or the move to the thrust towards democracy in their homeland. These are all people that if they were to go back to Iran, as if I were to go to Iran currently, we would all end up straight from Meherbad airport, taken straight to Evin prison, which is the Sing Sing of
Would you be executed?
Most likely. They would be, I would be tortured and eventually executed. The regime has made it clear that they do not like me in a variety of electronic messages.
Now this general group, this uprising counter-revolutionary force, Mujahideen al-Khalq.
Correct.
How have you worked with them, and now that you already acknowledged that you're in trouble with the mullahs?
With the mullahs. I've written a lot over the last 5 years about Iran and Iraq, and also about the need to take the MEK, Mujahideen al-Khalq, off of the foreign terrorist organization list. A move that was done.
Terrorist organization.
Yeah,
how did they ever get? Aren't those the good guys?
Foreign terrorist organization list is a list from the State Department of a variety of organizations, terrorist organizations, as the State Department sees it. Just
the
United States State Department. Now, just to give you a little bit of an idea about how current our State Department is on its politics, the African National Congress, ANC, and Nelson Mandela
are still on.
We're still on it until Nelson Mandela's 90th birthday last summer, when finally they decided, since they wanted to congratulate him, the White House wanted to congratulate him, they better take them off the list. But for all these years, since they never took them off the list.
Who put the Mujahideen al-Khalq on the list in the first place?
This was done by the Clinton Albright administration in 1997